Hello and welcome to another one of those times where I make a video about what Tinto Talks is talking about, but this time it's not a Tinto Talk, it's one of those random, spontaneous Johan threads that he puts on the forums from time to time. And this one, as you may be able to tell by the image that I've chosen as the start of this video, is going to be all about Flavour, and how Flavour is really put into the game that we're all so very excited about, Europa Universalis 5. So if you want to, keep up to date with all EU5 news, just subscribe. That's fine. That's fine. Just subscribe. Anyway, just randomly put this thread up. I don't really see anywhere in like the forum that is kind of a catalyst for this to be written. Maybe just some comments that was in deep inside a dev diary that he read and thought, you know what, I gotta address this. But either way, essentially this is about mission trees and how mission trees fit into EU5 and how they impact the flavor of EU5 and in all that kind of way. So, our approach to missions is a deliberate and evolving one designed to enhance player experience without compromising freedom or immersion. While the current underlying code is an adapted version of the mission tree mechanics from Imperator, it's crucial to understand that this is merely a foundational element. Our primary focus right now is on building a truly deep and immersive game world, rich with flavor content without relying on a set of guiding missions for key countries. If this is not your late era EU4 style mission trees, and I do not think they are going to be coming back even, 5-10 years into the future. Obviously, he mentions here Imperator as like where this version of mission trees is coming from, and this kind of makes sense from my experience of playing the game a few months ago. Essentially, what we had was a tab where we could scroll down and pick from a bunch of different like themes for missions, and then within those themes we had individual missions to complete. And the one I remember most is when you were setting up your country, like your first mission was assign a character to a cabinet. Your second mission, fill your cabinet, or make a head of a cabinet, or get this amount of stability, get this amount of legitimacy. All these kind of menial tasks to get you thinking about the different things that you should be doing on your country. So he follows on here. To clarify a common misconception, I've previously stated this game would not feature EU4-style mission trees. This distinction is vital. My statement was not a blanket rejection of all mission trees, but rather a commitment to avoid the highly prescriptive, often linear, and sometimes excessively ahistorical nature that EU4's system can impose. We are aiming for something far more organic and adaptable, which I think I also need to preface. This is in the middle of the thread, but I need to point out something very quickly as well. While I'm personally quite happy with the commitment they're doing to, having the game's flavor not be, entirely reliant on mission trees. I do accept that there are mods, Antebellum and especially Anbenar come to mind here, that really do heavily rely on mission trees for pushing that flavor out there. And I've seen a lot of people, both on the forums and on Reddit, essentially when they're talking about mission trees, wondering how is this going to impact Anbenar? How is this going to impact Antebellum? How is this going to impact other mods that use these mission trees? And I want to say that about a month ago, myself, Liana Hafer, and Father Loris interviewed Johan for the 3 Moves Ahead podcast, and this is a question that I had asked him. Essentially, can Anbenar recreate all of the Anbenar mission trees that we know and love from Anbenar in this new system, this adapted version of mission tree mechanics from Imperator? And the answer was yes. So Anbenar devs, Anbenar contributors, content designers, etc. will still be able to, if they decide to, utilize the same mission tree structure that they have in EU4 if they want to. That's important to me. As somebody who absolutely adores Anbenar, that is very important to me. But as somebody who also is really excited about EU5 and all the ways that it will perform, all the ways that it will impart its flavor. I'm also happy that mission trees aren't going to be the main crux of pushing that content. That seems like a really nice balance to me. If you are interested, by the way, in listening to the full interview that we had with Johan, it is available if you are a patron on the Three Moves Ahead podcast. I think you can pay like €1, I think it is, or $1, whatever your regional currency is, and you get access to a 2.5 hour interview that we had with Johan, and also like a bunch of, the back catalog. We've had Johan on a couple of times, and also we regularly talk about EU5. So if you're looking for more of what I do here, but in a podcast back and forth kind of style, that might be something that interests you. There will be a link in the description below. But anyway, moving on. It's important to recognize that missions are just one part of providing engaging and flavorful content. Our game will feature a multitude of other types of compelling content, many of which are entirely unique to the title, including situations, dynamic historical events, international organizations, and all the content that we've been showing you in the Tinto Talks and Tinto Flavor during these past months. These elements, alongside our refined mission system, will contribute a rich and replayable experience that goes far beyond simply ticking off objectives. Ultimately, the role of missions in our game when we release it will be primarily pedagogical and introductory. I actually have no idea if I pronounced that right, but we'll go with a yes. We envision missions serving as invaluable learning tools and a core part of the onboarding process for new players. It will guide players through the game's mechanics, introduce key concepts, and provide initial direction. And the mission that I talked about earlier, with the cabinet members, having that as a mission. I absolutely agree that this is definitely something that it was already doing when we had access. I honestly can't remember any of the other missions. That is the one that is sticking cleanest in my mind, because that's the one that I always chose first, and I restarted quite a few campaigns when I had access, so that came up quite a bit. I don't remember the other ones. I apologize for that, but I can definitely see being introduced to the trading system, which is obviously quite complex in EU5, through a mission tree where it's like, oh, you now have a mission to create a trade route for X good, and you now have a mission to increase the size of that particular trade route by this amount, and all of that kind of thing. Increase the amount of trade capacity you have, or build marketplaces in these places. Like, that is the kind of mission tree that I would be totally happy in seeing, and it does, or it would absolutely work as a training tool, a tutorial of sorts, if you will. That seems perfect to me. However, they're not intended to force players onto predefined rails or dictate their strategic decisions throughout the entire game. Once players have grasped the fundamentals, they'll be free to chart their own course, engage with the world on their own terms, and create their unique stories within our deeply simulated environment. This philosophy ensures that while missions provide a helpful starting point, they do not hinder the player's agency or the emergent narrative possibilities that define our game. And I just want to add on to that again as well by saying that in the build that we had, and I have no idea if this is going to be the same when the game is released, but in the game rules, before you start a game, you had a few options when it came to mission trees. Firstly, are they existing at all? You can just turn them off. Secondly, mission rewards. Do you want rewards for every single mission? So fill up your cabinet, get a reward. Get your stability to 50, get a reward. Put a head of cabinet, get a reward. Or do you want a reward at the end of finishing the entire mission block? And that was also an option that you had. Personally, I used the one that gave a reward after every mission because I am a creature of habit, and I like, I wanted to click a button and get a reward. I don't know what to tell you. I am the monkey in the lab. But those were options, and if you are somebody who does not like missions, they can be turned off and you will never see them. If you are somebody who likes missions, they can be turned on and you will see them. If you want your rewards, you can have them. If you want less rewards, you can have that too. It's very customizable with the game rule options, so, pretty happy with that. When it comes to flavor, as mentioned above, we have so many tools with which we'll be telling a country or region chronicles. That's interesting. That's cool. As we expand on storylines, situations, as an example, solves the old problem of mission tree X for country A is making mission tree Y for country B feel silly by making content that involves multiple countries at the same time. That was always the problem with mission trees in EU4. They very, very rarely involved multiple countries. I can only think of one example, and this is coming from Anbanar, where if you play in the Lake Federation, if you know Anbanar, you know where that is, all of the Federation tags would share a mission tree and could complete the same mission tree. And, you know, I'm playing country A. If country B finished that mission, I would see that country B had finished that mission. That's the only example of it that I can really think of. But I'm sure there's probably more if I dug deeper. As you can see in the Tinto talks during the year, the unique country-specific flavour in EU5 comes in many shapes. We have international organisations like the Catholic Church, the High Kingship of Ireland, the Tati Yoke, etc. Disasters like the rise of the Schlachter, I apologise for the pronunciation, the Hug and Cod Wars, the Ambrosian Republic, etc. Characters like John Wycliffe, Mikhail Agricola, Leonardo da Vinci. Advances like the Wagenburg, the Kunglinge Postwerket, the Ferrari Corps, etc. Unique mechanics like the Promote Mamluks, Appease the Gods, Raise a Bay Fortress. We have cabinet actions, buildings, diplomatic actions, laws and policies, estate privileges, inheritance rules, government reforms, religious mechanics, historical events, units, parliament mechanics, peace treaties, and much more. Putting a lot of these in country-specific flavor is interesting. It's basically saying, there are going to be country-specific peace treaties, which, I mean, that makes sense. There are some country-specific peace treaties that the amount of peace treaty options that you have in EU4 already is quite large, and we've seen already that it is going to be larger in EU5. So having, I'm this country, therefore I'm able to do this kind of peace treaty. The example that comes to mind is the Flower Wars for the Aztecs. Makes absolute sense. There are unique buildings, of course, unique diplomatic actions. The laws and policies, I think, are going to be a big part of really customizing your nation. So definitely see that being, an element of flavor for sure. But yeah, no, there's a lot, and I guess it remains to be seen if, on the flavor front, if EU5 suffers from not having mission trees, because EU4, when it came out, did not have mission trees, right? It had what is essentially the Diet agenda system that we have in modern EU4. It had kind of that thing where if you opened your decision menu, you got, I think it was 3 decisions in its own little unique area of the UI, where you could choose one of these missions, and these could be things like what we have with agendas nowadays. Go conquer this place, vassalize that person. Not dev, because that wasn't a thing when EU4 released. But EU4 thrived as soon as it was released. Right? It wasn't a flop that then became good. It was good on release, and mission trees were not essential to its success. I think mission trees helped. Mission trees were a good change, because, I know that's a controversial thing to say, but I do still enjoy mission trees. And I think EU5 can also be a success without flavor-driven mission trees, narrative mission trees. I'm a believer that is going to be fine. Having said that, I also can see a universe in which 5 years down the line, we start getting flavor DLCs. Flavor mission tree DLCs. I can see that happening. I don't think it's guaranteed. I don't even think it's a 50% chance. I don't know what percentage chance I would give it, but I don't think it is a 0% chance. So we'll have to see where this goes. We'll have to see where this project of EU5 goes. And personally, I'm very happy to be along for the ride on this one, and I'm really excited about it. I really am. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Tomorrow, Johan has got a video, he's got another post coming that is going over the changes that have been made due to your feedback. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one. And also a couple of hours ago, there was a Tinto Talks, or Tinto Flavour, sorry, on the Native Americans. I will cover that one the day after tomorrow, because I mean, I've just been kind of busy with work and such, so I haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, this I thought was important to get out there now, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about that. Comments here that I haven't read yet. Hordes breaking up. Oh yeah, the hordes breaking up looked really bad, and we had things like Bulgaria owning parts of like Donetsk and such. That was just awful looking. But that's been dramatically changed. This is fantastic. Release date will not be talked about tomorrow. Actually, no, it won't. This is still talking about this issue. Hordes now split more based on cultures and areas. They also added cores to form Crimea, Astrakhan, and Nogai from the split for the historical feel. Awesome! That looks great. That looks great. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to the channel. I do more. I will do more, and yeah, more is coming. So I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.